that?
Oh. Close up. Go, Nick.
Right here.
How about Jenny? How about if we stand
Right,
down?
right here, right here, right here.
No, right here, right here. You get James in the background.
Yeah. Isn't the Mediterranean Sea one of the saltier seas, or is that the one?
It probably is. Can you take the other way too? Lengthwise?
See, I still am not. That's okay.
How about if we go down here and
Yeah,
stay
right.
up here?
Stay right down there. Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah. Are we allowed to go shopping right now?
Yeah, 11:15 back on the
Okay, sweaty.
Well,
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
hey, group shot. Can I get you and Jenny? I mean James. Is that a good spot? Come over here, James. Only one camera.
I think we should have like a camera.
Thank you.
Oh, that's good.
Keep the flag in there too?
I took like some below guys it has to be.
Digital one with film.
Hey, group photo. Ladies.
Come down.
That's the whole view.
No, do we need to get closer?
Yes. Yeah, a little bit.
Whoa.
Need to get more people down.
You guys don't.
Take it, get in there.
No, you guys need to get in it.
Bob, sit down.
And the whole point is to get the view in the background.
Bob. What we can do?
I don't know what. I'm trying to do my best.
Gonna stay here. Sometime get a view of this, James. Isn't that beautiful? Woo.
And viaducts, water systems, the Senate, exactly. A sort of, well, in the Roman Republic, certainly the idea of democracy, originally a Greek idea. Of course, that changes a little bit with imperial Rome, doesn't it? Rome begins as a republic, but ends as an empire, which is different because an empire has one all-powerful person at the head of it, obviously the Emperor. Thank you. Okay, just checking. So, after the collapse of the Roman Empire, as we know, Europe is plunged into chaos. The Visigoths, Vandals, the Lombards, the Franks, different tribes coming, trying to take back bits of Europe as the Roman Empire crumbles, and all of those innovations, the sewage systems, the cleanliness, the hygiene, the exercise, the great flourishing of sculpture and art and literature, all of that is gone. And instead Europe plunges into what period? The Dark Ages, exactly. And it's literally, if you think about it that way, it is literally Dark Ages, because all of the learning is gone, all of the civilization seems to be gone, and people are living in a very different world, and that's the world out of which Venice begins to grow as well. But more generally across Europe, the Dark Ages are a very dark time indeed. If we were to say that half of you, let's say the half on the left hand side of the bus, are living in the north of Europe, okay, and half of you over here are living in the south of Europe, sort of Mediterranean parts, your lives would in many ways share certain characteristics, but would also evolve quite differently as well. For example, those of you in the north of Europe, all of you who are girls, what happens if you're a smart girl living in the north of Europe? What do people call you? A witch. Exactly. If you're too clever and you challenge a very male-dominated society, you got labelled a witch. So there are all kinds of superstitious beliefs as well, and they involved, as I said, it's mainly in the north of Europe that this happened rather than the southern part. So the northerners are struggling with that with all over. It's a very male-dominated or patriarchal society based on male inheritance, male rulers, males in charge of everything. And in the north especially, they were often very clever, very educated women, often women who were very good at healing people or very good at being in touch with feelings and things like that, were labelled witches. And there were several tests that could be done on them to see if they really were witches or not. For example, you could be thrown into a lake. If you sank, you weren't a witch. If you floated, you were a witch, and they took you out and burnt you at the stake. Do you see there's a slight problem with that? Yeah, exactly. If you sink, you're already dead. They did a similar one actually with fire. They made witches. They tried to burn them, and if they did burn, then they weren't a witch, and if they didn't, then they chopped their heads off. So you can see that there were definitely, it was a bit of a lose-lose situation. But that also helps you understand this sort of mentality in a way. People who were afraid, people living in small clutches together in small areas and having to try and establish these rules and regulations. Okay, you all may say yes, but what's going to wipe out 3/4 of you, do you think, in the south? Plague, exactly, Black Death. It does make its way up north later on as well, but you particularly suffer from it down around Venice as well. So 75% of you, I'm afraid to say, are not going to make it out of the Middle Ages. If you do, obviously, you're going to have to try and make a living somehow. As the Middle Ages evolve, you go from working for someone who owns the land and for whom you are a serf or a peasant, to slowly having to, for example with Venice, make your own living. So there you are, you've fled the Roman Empire, you've headed out east in Italy, you're living out of boats. What are you going to make your living on? Fish, exactly. Anything else that you can get from the sea? It's going to be quite a valuable commodity. Salt, exactly. Salt from the salt water. And it's salt and fish that starts to establish Venice's trade with elsewhere in these dark, dark ages. Now, emerging out of the dark ages is one religion, of course, that starts to dominate, which is Christianity. And the Christians think, well, you know, we've been around since the Roman times, but for a lot of that time we obviously had to practice in secret. The church is spreading all through the Middle Ages with monks and nuns, particularly enclosed religious orders practicing. That's where we get the word cloisters from the word claustrum, meaning closed away, hidden, or even the word crypt. In a church, you know, a crypt underneath a church comes from the Greek word kryptos, meaning hidden. That's why cryptic crossword is one where the clues are hidden, if you like. You know, do you know what I mean by cryptic crossword? Yeah. So those are all religious orders that start to grow up as well. But the church starts to get a bit more, well, I suppose a bit more confidence. They think we want to build some churches, but we don't have any blueprints for what.
I bet this is their liquor store.
I like this.
I like this.
In Rome, because this is complete. Colosseum has sections.
See, that's what I was thinking of, the Colosseum. I was like, isn't that in Rome?
Yeah.
So this one isn't famous. The one in Rome.
This isn't. The one in Rome is the one that
That's the one that like is in the history book and
This
everything.
is actually more of a complete arena than the one in Rome.
Where did everybody go?
People heading back, I think. Getting too hot.
Hey, Lance, it's just you ready to go? And he serves into.
Yeah, grab a zip.
This guy needs to wait. No one's going.
Nice job, Keish.
Just take her.
Like,
Where's your butter? When you want a picture of yeah, isn't that like the trick? That's like the trick. Okay, just do it.
yeah. I kind of didn't zoom in. Man, you don't even know how many times I've pressed that dog to get it. And never did it? Oh, yeah.
Let's go this side.
Secondo me è da qua. Bene, questa è qua.
Sì, no, aspetta più ci dà. Nelle librerie, avait Ali.
supposed to go to SLOHS.
The one on the end with all the other.
And she said, I can tell you now, I think it is 24. She said, don't, she just needs to check it.
But it isn't coming up for a while yet. Those are the tops of St. Mark's Basilica there. I remember first time I saw Venice, I was dumbstruck. Like I really just thought it was extraordinary.
Start of the ground.
Yeah, and that's there's a leaning one. It looks pretty crowded. Look at all these people.
Barbie girl. Little Barbie girl in a Barbie world. I'm gonna stick that. It's fantastic. Brush my hair. Not just me everywhere. Navigation. Artificial creation. Come on, Barbie. Let's go play. Yeah, come on, Barbie. Let's go play. That's all we have for now. It goes, how does it start? No, you have we'll do the tweet after. Okay, ready? It goes. Wait, okay, so we'll start there. Okay? I'm wrong. Fair. Rockin' in the treetop all day long. Rockin' in the bobbin and sing a song. All the little birdies on January Street love to hear the Robin go tweet, tweet, tweet. Rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet, tweet. Rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet, tweet. Rockin' Robin is really good. I like that song. I like it. I like the other one. What's the Why did I think of Sugar Sugar Honey Good so far? There's a new song like that. Yeah. We'll see how we go.
Oh, sorry, dude.
Did we just dominate you?
Look around, don't lose anything.
Tomorrow's the walking tour, and the second day is really an all-day thing. Actually, I'm looking at walking tours with me tonight.
Stay right there.
Is that your bathroom? Close those windows.
Christy.
That's why I agree with us. At the end of the trip, that I was getting really thrilled.
You guys.
It's got too much camera.
I've never seen anyone do it. I mean, he went 6 months during his shoots. He went 2 weeks. He said his girlfriend said you during the exam. See, here's that bird, Chris.
I don't quite understand it. I mean, I think he must have been making this up to try and shock people.
He was pretty gross.
Why?
Well, no, his personal hygiene was pretty bad.
I mean, I know mine's actually not great.
Well, it's hard when you're traveling, but
I feel like I'm doing it.
Yeah, well, we're all
I try, but I just
we talked about traveling.
We can go out in that courtyard out there when we get back.
Think we'll get kicked off?
I don't know.
You gotta have a glass of port.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't have a. I think we should do all the.
I just I'm
The
up
dragon?
a couple times. Yeah, I just have not gotten. Maybe it's just
What I would love to.
one day I felt great.
I feel very self-conscious.
You know the best night's sleep I got? On the train. I got more hours. I got more hours that night than any other
We
night.
had an all night on the
Drank a bottle, half a bottle.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I slept well that night.
Chris snores super easy. But he didn't snort. I know. You couldn't hear him above the track.
That train completely camouflaged my snoring.
There's
This is like Palm
every
Springs.
day, every hour.
You see what they're-
I've seen them on the street. In the television, in the movies,
And then the two girls and James. The two girls together.
Yeah, it's so.
Oh yeah, he's got it all on.
Salzburg. I made them all watch this. But no, it's nice that they're doing laundry. They probably threw it away. I wish they had it.
Lucas, this is Lucas's first laundry. He asked me how to do laundry. What do you do? And I said, what do you do? That's a great question.
You have 10 minutes. You have about 5 minutes. You better hurry.
There, shake that out again.
Chris wants a picture. No.
Shake it.
He's shaking.
I got it.
Look at all the water on the side of the wall. Look at that part. Yeah, if you look up and down on the sides, you want to do this. Might depending where you are. We saw it look down and
No, we're going over. Well, we're gonna eat here, and then tonight after this is
I chaperone.
all weird. Yeah, come on. There you go. Perfect. Let's talk about a picture format.
I heard my name and so did they.
We said that we went to Notting Hill.
We're going to have Rebecca explain the day you guys.
No, I did. My mom told us that because how much fun we were having. I was like, yeah, well, we should hang out like in the day.
You're in good spirits tonight, man. This is loud.
I think it's to quiet him down because a lot of them have said, you know, I like Paris, but I don't do well in crowds. And I know that
Oh, you're filming!
I told the one girl what to use the day for, and they told everybody.
I lost my socks.
Yeah.